Hello there, Becky.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Don't you just love the holly and the wreath around our screen? Isn't it beautiful?
I think that's lovely. It makes me feel very festive. I think, we're getting really excited about Christmas. It's nearly upon us, isn't it?
We are getting excited. I've nearly gone for my most Christmassy of jumpers. It's not as Christmassy as some that are being worn, but it's still reasonably Christmassy. I've gone for that.
Yeah, it's very cool. I think it's very cool.
Well, Becky, I noticed that we must be doing something that involves cooking because we're in your kitchen and you've got your apron on.
I have indeed. We're going to make some reindeer cupcakes, but we ought to think a little bit about Christmas, I think, before we start this, don't you?
We should. So what I've got my figures here, these nativity that have come in that I used last year when we were in church. I was thinking about this. We made Christmas cakes last year, didn't we?
Yeah.
This is the angel. This is one of our angels. The angels appear a couple of times. They begin with Mary, and they begin talking to Mary, and here she is. Look, you can look at that. There we go.
In her blue.
And there she's in her blue. And so then the angel kind of goes away for a period, and then you have Joseph. I can tell this is Joseph because he hasn't got a crook like the others. And then they go along and they arrive, and we know that, don't we? They find a manger, don't they? They find a manger, and then also I've also got in here. Oh yeah, I forgot this donkey. This is my
Just a minute. Was there really a donkey there?
Well, there's no donkey mentioned in any of the stories in the Bible, but
we all have one in our nativities, don't we?
We do, because we like the carol Little Donkey. I'm sure that's the reason. No, I think it's because we're assuming that Mary had to travel from Nazareth to Bethlehem, and that was quite a long way to journey. So they'd have probably thought she would have taken a little ride on a donkey. So that's why. But there's no donkey mentioned in there. There are animals mentioned because obviously they go to stay. They stay at in a stable, and again that's an interesting bit because sometimes they're actually talking about a bit of their house that had animals in rather than a bit at the back. But anyway, so they go there, and then they have a baby. Jesus is born, and then the angel comes back into our story again. This is the quickest nativity ever, by the way. Then the angel comes, and the angel appears to shepherds. I can tell this is a shepherd because he's got a crook. Yeah.
That's the thing he holds in his hand.
Yeah, and he's also got a sheep. And
that helps.
The angels say, and then lots of them appear, and they say a saviour is born, and they all hurry down to Bethlehem, and they come across Mary and Joseph and Jesus, and then this is somebody that also doesn't appear in the Bible story, but is in virtually every nativity play. It's the innkeeper. The person that says there's no room at the inn, though it's an interesting one whether he was actually there, but we like it because it's a good part to play, and invariably the innkeeper is the narrator, isn't it, in our nativity plays?
Yeah.
So you then get that, and then interestingly, again in our nativity plays, we have these three people, and I'm sure you'll be able to work out who these three are. Look,
they're always in lovely colours. They always look very rich, don't they?
They do, because they're quite wealthy. But interestingly, again, they actually don't really appear for quite a long time after all the others. They're not all there at the same time, but we like to create the nativity play. Now, normally in church, we would do a crib service on Christmas Eve, which we love doing, and it's full of people and we all dress up. I wonder if you've come along to anything like that before. This year, we can't do a nativity play like that way because we have to all keep apart a bit, don't we? So what we've done is we've done a nativity play that's going to go online on Christmas Eve, and we'll put it on this Facebook page if you want to have a look at it. It's 25 minutes. It's got some carols. It's got some we're putting our crib service together in church. So you are welcome. Please do look out for that coming out as well. And I think my nativity figures, which I love, that Jeanette made for us, I think they're going to appear again. So that's that. So do keep looking out for that, is what I'd say. So Becky, you say we're making reindeer cupcakes.
We are. We're going to make reindeer cupcakes, and I know that reindeer don't appear in the nativity at all. No. They're connected with Father Christmas.
They are
flying across the sky, and he's got a whole host of them that pull his sleigh. So we are, and we've got some helpers with us, haven't we, somewhere?
We have. Shall you introduce the helpers while I disappear into the kitchen?
Yeah, are you going to put your apron on?
I'll get my apron's hanging. I won't forget my apron. I don't want to get this jumper dirty.
No, exactly. All right, then. So off we go. Oh, I have to duck underneath the fur or whatever it is. Okay, so have we got Poppy and Daisy in their kitchen? Here they are. Hello. Lovely to see you. Are you okay? Yes. Good. All right. Lovely to see you. And have we got Caitlin? There she is. Hello, Caitlin. Oh, you've got your Christmas tree behind you.
Hello.
Are you doing this in your living room
Yeah.
than your kitchen? Oh, you be careful then, won't you? Don't make any mess.
Yeah, we are.
Crazy. Yeah, okay, good. And have we got Fred in the kitchen?
No, I've got an apron.
Oh, you've got an apron. Good. Here we are. Here's Fred and Helen and Chris.
Yeah, Fred.
Cheers, Fred.
Good to see you. Chris has got an apron. We've got Chef Fred. And then we've also got Richard over here somewhere. There he is. Look, he's got the same apron as Chris. How about that?
Hello.
Right. Are you ready, Chris?
I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Right, let's get started. Now, what I want to just explain is that we have all got some cakes. And if you want to make the cakes, you need to have 125 grams of caster sugar, 125 of margarine, 100 of self-raising flour, and it can be gluten-free. And then you have 25 of cocoa. And you mix that together with a mixer and 2 eggs. Okay, so that's how you would make your mixture for your cakes. And we've got the recipe on the website for anybody who wants to do that. When you've mixed it all up, you put a dessert spoonful into a paper case and you will make 16. There's only 12 there, so you need 2 trays. But this is enough to make 16. So Richard and I have shared 16. Poppy and Daisy are going to share 16. And Chris and Caitlin, or Chef Fred and Caitlin, are sharing 16 as well. So we've all got 8 cakes. There's my 8. Look at that. Have you got your 8 in front of you, everybody? Brilliant. Yeah. Poppy and Daisy, have you both got some? Good. All right then. And Fred's sorting out over there. All right. So what we do, we've got a board, haven't we? And we take one of our cakes. And the first thing we're going to do is spread it with chocolate icing. Now, don't lick your fingers, for goodness sake. So take some of the icing. You need some on your knife, your blunt knife, and it needs to be about a teaspoonful, and you spread it right over the top of your cake. If you can twist your cake while you do it, it spreads quite nicely all over the top. All right, have you done one? And when you've done one, you can do a second one. We'll work on 2 at a time. So about a teaspoonful on your blunt knife and then onto the top of the cake. Turn the cake round and bring the icing round with your knife. And then the top of your cake is covered in icing. Yeah, that looks good. Very good, Chris. Fred, how are you getting on?
We're good. It's tasty.
Good.
They haven't eaten it.
You're not supposed to eat them yet, Fred.
Right.
Yeah, they're pudding.
They'll be pudding tonight, won't they? Girls, how are you getting on? Have you managed to spread?
Yes.
That's lovely. Wonderful. I'm glad we got Margaret there today with Amy as well. Hello. Hi. Hi. Right, so we've spread on the top. Now, the next thing we do, that's it, Caitlin. Have you done 2, Caitlin? Or just 1? 1? Okay, get your second one spread. 2, okay, good girl. Now then we take chocolate buttons, the big chocolate buttons, and you put one just below the middle. I'll hold them up and show you. And that's going to make the beginning of Rudolph's nose. Well, Rudolph and his friend, because there's 2 reindeer here. Richard, he's eating them. You're not supposed to do that. Oh, you can't get the helpers, can you? So on go the chocolate buttons. And then we need a little blob of icing on the middle of the chocolate button. Not much. A blob of icing on that chocolate button. And a blob of icing on here. Right. And then we're going to take the noses. And the noses, the red noses, are the cherries. So if you use your sharp knife and your fork and put one on your board or on the table in front of you, and you're going to cut your cherries in half. Now they've got a hole in the middle where somebody took the stone out for us. So if you hold it with a fork and cut down through that hole, that'll look like nostrils. Honest. Down we go. So we've got 2 halves. There's 1 half. You can't see it against my top if I go that way. There it is, look. And I'm going to push that onto the blob of icing on top of the chocolate button. And that becomes a red nose. And I've done, oh, I've got that upside down. There we are. So I've got an icing covered cake with a chocolate button and then half a cherry on each chocolate button. All right, now if you get sticky fingers, let's see, yeah, that's Chris and Fred, that's great. If you've got sticky fingers, wipe them on the cloth, right? Don't lick them. That's lovely, Daisy, that's wonderful. And Poppy, you're good too. Caitlin, how are you? She's gone. Okay, so now it's eyes. Now, I've given you, or you've all got some of these things, haven't you? They look a bit like tadpole, frog spawn stuff. But they are edible eyes and they come from the supermarket on a card like that. So we're going to have to put 2 of these on. You might get sticky now. So one eye above the chocolate button to the right and another one to the left. Is it starting to look like somebody? Look. Do yours look a bit like that? They look a bit like somebody's dog, don't they? Right, okay. There we are. Got my eyes on. It's like putting your glasses on so you can see. There they are, right? Let's have a look, Daisy. Have you managed? Yeah, that's Chris and Fred. Let's see. Hold it higher, Daisy. Yes. That's fabulous. Now we've got to do antlers. And of course, that's the pretzels. You've got pretzels, haven't you? And here we are. There's our pretzels. Now, there's a pointy bit at the bottom. They're a bit like a love heart, and there's a pointy bit at the bottom. And if you stick those pointy bits in behind the eyes, they will, I promise, honestly, look like antlers. Ready? Here we go.
2 in each cake?
Yeah, because they've got 2 pairs of antlers.
Oh, I thought they meant one.
No. Plenty of antlers. Push them down. And you should finish up with something that looks like that. They're very quiet. They're all on mute, but they're very busy. So Fred's eating something. No, that looks good. That looks lovely. Yeah. Let's see.
Cake back. There we go.
Fabulous. So now you need something to put them onto, and I'll just wipe my fingers on my wet cloth that I've got ready. You could put them onto a silver board. That's a shiny board that I've got. Or you can put them onto a sort of a Christmassy sort of plate. And then, look at that. You have got the beginnings of Santa's reindeer flock. Let's see, Caitlin. Oh, yes. Oh, they are wonderful. Well done. Now you've got more to do, haven't you?
Thank you.
Do you want to do another one?
We'll do another 2.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A good blob on the top and spread it.
Blob on the spread, right? Blob on the
Blob
spread.
on the top, spread it around.
You spread.
There you go.
Wait, we need another plate. Cherry. Another cherry.
I'll put a look on. Right, nose. Blob on the nose. Oh dear, that's a bit difficult. My knife's getting a bit busy. Half a cherry. Cut down, remember, through the hole in the cherry so it looks a bit like nostrils. There we are. Eyes. Ooh, I've dropped my eye. Oh no, disaster. Oh, rescued. Okay. Second eye.
I'm feeling upside down.
Richard's got an upside down eye. Fish it out with a sharp knife.
Oh.
And then your antlers. He's eating it, I can tell. That's not what you're supposed to do. Right, there's my next one. There you go. And you can keep going until you've done all 8 and you will have a whole flock of reindeer. Now, here's a test. We've got Rudolph. Who else have we got? Who were Rudolph's friends? Caitlin.
Donner Blitzen.
Donder and Blitzen. Okay, that's 3. Who else have we got? Yes, Daisy. Who?
Dasher, Dancer.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer,
Comet. Donner Blitzen.
Comet,
Yeah.
Cupid.
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 I made that
That's
one
right.
up. No, you didn't. You didn't have Chris.
Yeah, that's one of the reindeer.
So there are 9 of them. There are 9 of them, and you've only got 8 cakes. So one of them has got to be missing tonight. You've got to choose which one you're not going to have. I've got Rudolph, I've got Cupid, Comet, and I'm not going to have Donder, because that sounds like thunder and lightning. Donder and Blitzen sounds like German for
Yeah,
thunder.
like that.
Yeah.
Like you, oh man.
There you go. So can I put yours on my plate?
Yeah.
So you can keep going until you've got all 8 of your reindeer, and one of them is missing. And Rudolph, there we are. Look, we've combined ours onto a plate. So that's, oh, it's a whole host. They look a bit of a muddle like that, don't they? That's a bit too many altogether for you to see very clearly. But that's what they're going to look like. Now, they need to go into a tin or something. Well, you can eat them, of course, can't you? But if you don't eat them all, they've got to go into a tin that's high enough not to squash the antlers, because reindeer don't like getting squashed antlers. And they'll keep for several days, probably anything up to about a week.
It won't last that long.
No, you'd have to resist eating them for them to last that long. So what do you think? Are you happy with those?
Put your eyes on.
That's it, Margaret. Put your eyes on. So let's see how people are getting on. David, can we get home in to see what Chris and Fred are doing?
Yeah, here we
Oh,
go.
look.
We've done 4
Yeah, let's see.
here.
Oh, yes.
They're brilliant.
We've done 4, and we've done. We might be getting too many noses looking at what we're doing.
Okay.
But we're getting there. Yeah, we're doing well. We've
I've got the nose. I've got the nose.
What's those? We've got a production line going.
Well done. That's great.
One more. Do you need one more?
The eyes back to front. I've done the right upside down, but it's a good one to do because it's.
Oh, Chris, you've got that anchors.
Are you getting very sticky, Fred?
Yeah. We are between. Are you getting sticky, Fred?
No, Chris, just finished. It's
All right.
Well done, Fred. And what's going on in Daisy and Poppy? How are you getting on over there? Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely.
Good.
Well done. How's Poppy? Are you okay, Pops? Pops?
Yeah.
Great. Wonderful. Amy, are you having fun?
Yeah.
Good. And how's Caitlin? Very, very concentrating. How are you getting on, Caitlin? Oh, that's lovely. Wow. That's lovely. His good. Oh, his antlers. You might have to just push them down a bit harder. Sometimes you just need a bigger blob of icing underneath to make them stay up. That's great, Caitlin. And you've got gluten-free, haven't you? They work just as well. Great. Well done, you.
Yeah.
Well, there we are. That's it. We're done. That's it. Couldn't be easier, could it? And they're just little chocolate buns. And in America, they're called cupcakes. That's why we call them cupcakes nowadays.
I love that word.
Because in America, buns means something quite different. It means, you know, the top of your leg at the back, your bottom. So they don't call them buns. They call them cupcakes. Did you know that? Anyway, there we are. So I think we just need to tell you what's coming next, don't we? And it looks as though it's going across the bottom. It's going to be craft. And it's on the 21st of January, which is a Thursday at 4:15. And it's going to involve paint.
I'm back.
Wonderful.
Multitasking.
As if by magic, you're back in the study.
I am. I've still got my apron on. Oh, I think someone's eating things in the rest of our household. It has to be said. It's just starting on the way, Fred. Yeah. You can't hear him muted, but I can hear him. Right. Guys, thank you so much for making these. I hope you've probably got pudding sorted. What do we think?
I think so.
I think we probably have.
They're concentrating quite hard still because they're working on the rest of them, aren't they?
They absolutely are. They're fantastic, and they just make brilliant. So, we'll shall we say cheerio to Fred? See you in a bit, Fred. That's our pudding sorted. Bye, Freddie.
Bye, Fred.
Oh, look at those! Wow, fantastic!
Oh,
Wow. Yes.
Can we have a photo of that to put on the website, Amy? Can you take a picture and put it on? Thanks.
Brilliant. And let's say, can we see yours? How are you getting on?
Let's have a look. Oh, yes. Oh, well done, you. They're fabulous.
I love them. I love them. And Richard,
Thank
yours
you.
there, Richard.
Yeah, well, mine I've donated mine to Becky so that she's got a full plate,
Oh,
as it were.
fantastic. Brilliant.
She's always got a plate full with me.
Right, and so what we're doing something with paint next time, you say, Becky?
We are. It's a craft one, and it's something involving paint, but I'm not quite sure what it is yet. So let's just say it's going to be paint, and it's going to be fun.
Oh, we look forward to that. And this is if you've liked this and you've watched this and you've enjoyed it, share it with other people. We love it to be shared with as many people as you possibly can. A really lovely thing to be able to do. The details of how, oh, look at those. Oh,
My goodness.
oh, and antlers dropping, but they'll be fine. Yeah, do share it with other people. Look out for the crib service online on Christmas Eve at 3 o'clock. And thank you so much, and we'll see you all soon. Thanks, Becky. Thanks, Poppy.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Well done, girls. Thanks.
See you soon.
Thanks.